Hey, welcome to another episode of Clear Lake Connections, proudly sponsored by UTMB Health, where we talk to the people behind the businesses of Bay Area Houston. Today's special guest is Marcus Watkins, and you're with End Zone Sports.
Yes, correct.
Tell us about End Zone Sports. What is it?
Well, End Zone Sports is a youth and adult sports organization in the area. We have everything from basketball, baseball, flag football, soccer, and so much more around here.
I like the fact that you're including adults because we focus so much on kids and sports, and I grew up in Europe, and they have a lot more adult-centric sports there.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to see somebody's trying to incorporate adult leagues.
Yeah, we need something to do too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, I feel like adults probably need that type of exercise even more than the kids do.
I agree. I agree.
So what kind of adult leagues do you have going on?
Right now we're putting together for basketball and a flag football for adults. So,
Okay, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And where in the area will it take place?
Still around the area here. We're looking at League City and the Clear Lake area for some of our target areas to actually put these programs together. So.
And then on the kids side, same sports or a little more varied?
A little bit more varied, right? So we have upcoming in 2 weeks, we have a soccer season starting, and also we have a basketball and cheerleading programs going. So it's slightly different. There's still the same, the same sports there, but for adults, of course, we have to make some changes, right? Yeah.
And how did you get into this?
I guess to explain why, initially, I had my son in the program. He played, and honestly, it was the worst experience I've ever had. Hate to say all that, but it's I felt like they were running it more of a business and not catered to our kids. And for a child, we still need to make sure that they're having fun, taking the business away so they can enjoy what they're doing. And it just sparked an idea for me to actually look into, how do I start something? How do I actually put something together in a neighborhood where kids can enjoy themselves, families can come out, have fun? And I came across the franchise of End Zone Sports, and their beliefs aligned with mine. I got more information, talked more with the CEO, and honestly, it was the best fit, and it works out perfect. Kids love it, families love coming out, and we just have a good time.
You brought up a good point. Sports should be fun.
Yeah.
And I think we've over the last however many years have started taking them way too seriously at way too young of an age.
Yes.
And I guess that's what you experienced.
That's exactly what we experienced, right? So there's two different realms I've seen where it's either all competition, so like aggressive, you have to be the best, which puts a lot of pressure on kids. Then there's the other side where it's all fun, no scores kept, and we're in that middle where there's still going to be some competition. We want to make it friendly competition. We're still going to keep scores. Someone has to win, someone has to lose, but we're going to teach them how, right? By positive words, letting them know, hey, this is what you've done well. And honestly, in our seasons, a lot of kids really don't even care about the score. They just want to make sure that they had a good time. And that's kind of where we fall in that middle, and where parents sign up, families love what we put together because of that.
Yeah. And so it sounds to me like not only are you trying to get the kids to have fun, but you're trying to develop them as good human beings.
Exactly. And that's what's missing, right?
Yeah.
We want to make sure, sports is great, but there's a lot about sports that brings into everyday life, especially as you're growing up and becoming adults, that things you've learned then should be put into your everyday life. So yes, correct.
And I like you said you're keeping score because there are winners and there's losers. It's how you deal with those two situations that define who you are as a person.
Exactly, right. So there's still going to be some emotion, right? Because no one wants to lose, but by them knowing, hey, I did my best, I did well, this is what I did well, a lot of times that emotion comes out and they're proud of themselves. And that's what we want to put
yeah, I still play soccer every now and then. And if the team wins, but I don't play well, I'm less happy than if we lose and I play really well.
Makes sense.
It sounds like that's what you're trying to get the kids to it's about you contributing.
Yes.
And then how you handle success or adversity.
Correct. So that's why we put things together where there's rotation sheets for kids to make sure all kids are getting equal playing time, to take away that pressure of, hey, did I do well? Did I play enough? Well, we want to make it equal across the board so they all get their opportunities to play.
So I guess you're hiring officials and things like that and booking venues?
Yep. So we actually like to partner with the local school districts because it's one thing if we had a venue and they were coming to us, but we want to go to the community. So we go to local venues such as school district locations. As far as our referees, a lot of them we do hire, and extra coaches are employees of mine. They're there in case, let's say, a volunteer coach gets sick, can't show up. No worries. And I do hear that that's kind of one of the biggest issues around the area, but I eliminate that by having a coach who still can come in, coach these kids, and they still can enjoy playing.
So there's always a fallback for them.
Yep.
Okay. And then I guess you do practices as well?
Yes. Our program is designed where prior to the games is where they practice. We know that as a parent, myself, you get busy, you have a lot going on during the week. So we just ask for that Saturday. Before the games, we put time aside where they're able to practice. Parents don't have to worry about being shuttles all during the week, but that's still an option. If parents and coaches want more practices, we're totally fine with that, but it's not mandatory for our program.
It sounds like I like the fact that you talked about a continuum of you've got this extreme over here and then this extreme over here, and you're somewhere in the middle. It sounds like the perfect opportunity for kids to get into a sport and try it, whereas they might not have any experience.
And that is really what we're about, right? We want to give them the opportunity to see whether they like it or not. And also we do preschool programs. We go to preschools in the area and teach them sports in rotations of different sports. So as a parent, I don't have to put my son or daughter in, let's say, soccer, and then find out 2 weeks later they don't like soccer, right?
Yeah.
So they are introduced to the sports through the preschools, and they're able to know, hey, out of all the sports they tried, what they like most. And we just teach more and more about that in the preschools.
Yeah, because I've been really shocked at these travel teams and just and my daughter was on a travel volleyball team, and I was just like, it's insane how much we're putting into it. And it sounds like if a program like this existed, my kid could have tried at least 3 or 4 different sports.
Yep.
And maybe had a wider variety of athletic ability.
Yeah, that and save money, right? I mean, the reality is those programs cost so much, and as far as what they're getting, they're still getting same competition, local level. A lot of kids here still like to play, and that is where we want to be. We want to give them those opportunities to play, have fun, try out different sports that we have, and still go home at the end of the day without having to travel and spend a whole bunch of money on plane tickets and buses and things like that. So we're in that middle realm where we're very affordable, and they get the best opportunity to just have fun and play with other people in the neighborhood.
And if somebody wants to find out more, how can they reach you?
There's a couple different ways. One, they can go to our website, which is Endzone Sports, the letter N, ZONE, sports.com / Houston Bay Area altogether. And also they can give me a call. And that's the thing most of our parents like. You can call me. I'm the owner. You'll reach me every time. That's 832-352-3305. And I'm available.
Perfect.
Give me a call and I answer.
Yeah. So adult sports, we've talked about that, how crucial it is. So tell me more about what your hopes are for the adult leagues in this area.
I'm just hoping to give them an opportunity to actually take a break from life, right? You said earlier that there's not many adult programs out here. So we're here, we're putting together, as of right now, basketball, and there's going to be a flag football adult sports program. And we just want to put a safe space for them so they can come out, have a good time during the week, and take that one day to just have fun.
Yeah, sports is a great way to release stress and And the competition's probably good for us.
Oh, yeah.
Even at our age, it's good to get it competitive every now and then.
Yeah, healthy competition, right? So
right.
And that's kind of what we hope. We definitely, once we put it on, we're looking at in the next week or so putting it on our website and opening it up to all adults to actually sign up. They can come as a team, they can come as individual players, and we can formulate a team. They'll receive a jersey with us. It's a great way to have an organized sports organization for adults. So.
And it might be a good opportunity for some companies to do some employee kind of, get an employee team together or something.
Oh yeah, and that's the biggest thing. We want other. Let me stop. We want companies, we want friends to come together, whether you have 4 or 5 friends together and play as a team, or those who just want to come out individually and actually play. Hey, we invite you guys also.
And you'll help them make some friends.
Oh yeah, well, we have plenty of friends around here.
So you guys are serious about getting people involved in sports,
yes.
right? And so you work with a nonprofit to provide scholarships maybe for those parents that maybe can't afford a program?
There's a nonprofit, Texas Youth Athletes Incorporated, that
Okay.
there's actually a great way to provide for those parents and families who cannot afford for kids to play sports because of registrations, right? We still are affordable, but at the same time, we know that life happens, right? Mm-hmm. So we have others in the area who actually donate, and also we have sponsorships that we put money aside to actually help them so they can play. We cover a lot of the registrations, up to 100% of their registrations.
Yeah, it's great to see when a company walks the talk, right?
Yep.
So you guys are serious about getting people involved in sports.
Yes.
And you're finding any way you can to make that happen.
Yes, and just about every season we help at least 10 to 15 families come on board. At least up to, like I said, up to 100% of their registration is paid. Every season, 10 to 15 families.
That's
we make
great.
sure that we can help them out, and we encourage other companies, if they want to help us with sponsorships, please do, because we're reaching those 10 to 15, but there's still up to 40 or 50 who we can actually help so they can afford these registrations.
That's fantastic. I appreciate it. Anything else you want to tell the audience about, what you're doing and what your hope is for the organization?
Well, my hope is just to actually just be there for the community. This is near and dear to me because there's not many places they can go and just learn different sports with no pressure. So right now we're going, we're in a few different daycares in the area. Oh, take that back. We're in a few preschools in the area, and we're actually teaching sports there. So so far we're in 20 different preschools in the area, and we're growing. I think it's a great way for them to be introduced to the sport. Mm-hmm. No pressure, see if they like it, and each 4 weeks we rotate different sports. So I think,
and if you can wear those little ones out so they sleep through the night,
then
parents are going to be happy.
And preschools love it too, because they go right before they come to us before they go to nap time, so they're tired for the rest of the day. So
very nice.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you guys actually inviting me to your space here. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.